started with a cry, a newborn boy, wrapped in linen, hidden in a corner of a Hebrew home. His mother wept silently, pressing her hand over his mouth so the Egyptian soldiers wouldn't hear him. The law was cruel. Every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile. But this mother refused. For 3 months, she fought the fear, hiding her son, praying every night that God would do something, anything. And someone else was praying too, her daughter, a young girl named Miriam, too small to be noticed, too young to fight, but not too young to love. She watched her baby brother day and night, feeding him, singing soft lullabies, hiding him whenever boots echoed near their home. She made him smile when his mother had no more strength to. But time ran out. The cries grew louder. The risk became too great. So they made a basket. Not just any basket. It was woven with straw and pain, sealed with tar and trembling hands. They kissed the baby one last time, laid him inside, and placed the basket gently on the Nile River. And as the current began to carry it away, Miriam followed. She ran along the riverbank, heart pounding, eyes locked on the floating basket. Every wave felt like a knife. Every splash could be the end. She couldn't cry. She couldn't scream. She could only watch. This wasn't just her baby brother. He was everything. Then, footsteps. Royal ones. Pharaoh's daughter had come to bathe. Surrounded by servants, dressed in wealth. A symbol of power. She saw the basket, heard the baby's cry. Miriam hid behind the reeds, holding her breath. Would she drown him? Throw him back? But instead she reached out and held the baby close. She smiled, tears in her eyes. At that moment Miriam stepped out, a little Hebrew girl, standing before the daughter of Pharaoh. She didn't shake. She didn't run. She said, "Shall I find a Hebrew woman to nurse him for you?" The princess nodded. Miriam ran faster than she ever had, tears flying from her eyes, because God had done the impossible. Her brother would live, not in secret, not in hiding, but in a palace. Moses became a prince. He grew up with privilege, protection, and power. But behind his survival was a girl who never forgot. Miriam never got a crown. She didn't grow up in gold-covered halls. She stayed among the slaves. She carried water while her brother learned to rule. She waited 4 years. And one day that baby she saved returned, not as a prince, but as a prophet. He stood before Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." And when the sea parted, Miriam was there. She grabbed a tambourine. She danced with joy. She led the women in worship, because the baby she followed down a river was now the man leading them to freedom. Not all heroes wear robes or lead armies. Some are young sisters with trembling hearts, who follow rivers and trust God in silence. Miriam's love didn't just save her brother. It helped save a nation, and yet her name is often forgotten. But heaven hasn't.